SC Absolute have had a pretty good run through that lower bracket so far tonight, but it might just be coming to an end. MVP PK winning map 1 with a fairly convincing scoreline, and now we move over onto Inferno, which SC Absolute have already shown a bit of a weakness on in these qualifiers. They've lost it 3 times out of the 3 times that they've played it, so difficult times ahead.
It's MVP's map. At the end of the day, like everyone knows, MVP, Zeph, and well, now Zion on the B side at Banana, they're just a formidable opponent. They just never give up. They just take Banana every single round, and that's what I'm going to be looking for, to see if SC Absolute have a way of dealing with that. We saw how they played it against Boot, very passive. It really wasn't a good map from them.
No, definitely not, but I think we'll probably be seeing SC Absolute start on the CT side. It is the choice of MVP, so if you got to choose the side, you'd probably be choosing CT here. So really what we really need to keep an eye on is what SC Absolute is going to be doing on the CT side, because that could be the make or break for them. Their CT sides for SC.
It's all about Crow and Take on A side working together.
Yeah.
That's not enough.
But it's been weak. It's been weak.
Especially on Inferno. Everything was weak. What, 4 rounds?
Yeah.
Like, come on. You're going to need to do better than that against MVP.
Absolutely. And MVP is probably going to make it a little bit more difficult for you to do better than that.
Maybe SC Absolute will win a pistol round. Maybe they'll win a couple of anti-ecos.
You would hope so.
Don't forget, you got the South Korea no respect rush. Whenever Boot did that, that worked. So
yeah, straight down second mid and mid. But I don't know if SC Absolute really want to pull that out against MVP.
No way.
So well accomplished on Inferno. So it just kind of seems like at every turn, everywhere you go on this map, MVP is going to have the answer for you, whether it be on the T side or whether it be on the CT side.
Yep.
So it's a bit of a clash of, I think, different sides. I mean, we would typically say that MVP has a bit more emphasis on the T side of Inferno.
What MVP do right about their T side is they figure out the rotations and they cause rotations, and they always go where they have a number advantage. So if there's an opportunity for them to get 2 players to go towards B at the start of a round, like if you've got to pick at B, they don't rush B. They just wait. You send a second player to B, they know they've outnumbered the guys on A, they wrap on A. That's how MVP play. Very methodical, and that's why they come out on top 9 times out of 10 on Inferno against all these other Asian opponents.
Zion very good at causing havoc as well in the apartments, lurking around on the A bomb site, coming up mid quite late while the rest of MVP is hitting the B bomb site. So that's another thing to keep an eye on if he's going to really step up here and have a massive game.
He doesn't even need to be honest.
I don't think he does, but he didn't necessarily need to do that on Keish. And you know, we were looking at Glow, we were looking at Zeph a lot there on Keish to be the ones that were getting the frags. Typically it is Zion for this MVP roster, so on one hand that is a good thing for MVP. It means there's something left in the tank here. But I'd really like to see Zion popping off, because he's one of my favorite players to watch.
Rater's AWP didn't get a whole lot done last time they played the CT side.
It was okay. Like when the shots were there, they were hit, but
it
wasn't necessarily aggressive enough to find the advantage.
Weren't able to retake the B site after the bomb was down, so that's something to look out for. See if the retake onto B is still as strong up against MVP. But for me, the Rita versus Mini Zeta, that's what I want to see. I actually want to see this, because for me, Mini Zeta's coming to this team to replace HSK, and I haven't really seen a dominant AWP performance from him.
No, and that's certainly something that you were used to seeing from HSK. Not every match, of course. He wasn't a superstar.
It was fairly inconsistent, but like it happened.
It happened, and I think that the real thing for MVP was that HSK was kind of established as the second star in this roster. So if Zion wasn't necessarily firing, HSK was going to be there.
So I think Mini Zeta is like the up-and-coming talent, really, for South Korea. So that's why they've picked him.
Potentially. But here we are onto Inferno. So let's have a look and see if SC Absolute are going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole. It's going to be quite a task.
Yeah. Oh, well, as you go, they started on the CT side. And they're already down middle trying to force their will against the opponent MVP, who really, they've done well to survive. But now Zeph gets the entry onto the B site. That's going to put them in a 3 versus 2. They know Bass is halfway down second mid. Rita, though, he's the unknown element to this team. Goodbye.
Bass is in a pretty precarious situation here as well. Solo decides he doesn't want to take that aim battle.
Yeah.
And just backs out. Fair enough. Play the safer game. But no real chance for old mate Bass. And MVP, they'll find themselves another pistol. That's 3 from 3 now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. They were
Against,
ecoed. They were
SC.
ecoed on T-side cash. But yep. Every pistol round has gone the way of MVP so far.
Well, that's one thing that isn't working for SC Absolute, and it's not the only thing.
Well, what else isn't working for them?
Pretty much everything.
We'll start a shorter list by saying what is working for them.
Well, sometimes the anti-ecos, or I suppose the force buys for SC Absolute, haven't been too bad.
One of them worked.
Yeah, well, one is better than none. But
One sets a precedent.
not looking like there's going to be much more than one, at least off the back of this.
Yeah.
Solo doesn't spot Poem, nor does Poem spot Solo. Now, give the favour over to Solo. MP5, you don't even hear it.
No, that's the thing, and that's what I noticed with Take, the way he was playing on cash, like just sitting up on the heaven skylight, or skywalk, catwalk, whatever, all the same, words are hard. And no one was giving him any attention, so I wouldn't use it necessarily if that was your objective. If you were an e-boy, maybe don't use the MP5.
Oh, you want the attention.
You won't get any attention.
That's an interesting way to think about it. Nade stack for SC Absolute. Is MVP going to fall prey to it? Well, they're quite clumped up.
Ooh.
It's a nade stack out from both sides, though. As MVP are going to get the better of it. Quite a bit of a follow-up there.
That artillery barrage can be pretty deadly sometimes.
Most definitely.
I feel like a nice way to do it would be to smoke mid first. And then wait a little bit, and then do it. Just, you might get spammed, you might get naded, but give them that false sense of security, you know? Make them strafe out in past the trench.
Bonus round out for MVP here. Opting for no upgrades at all. Not even a single AK for MVP in this round.
I want to see Solo go ham with this MP5.
I just want to see MVP win this round because that would be ludicrous. But they're just the team to do it on a map like this.
Well, I mean, if they watch the last game against Boot, they'll be feeling very confident right now. They'll know exactly what to do as well. Poem might peek here and get 1 or 2 in the back, but this 2-man setup on the A site might not be enough.
Break. 1 kill, probably not enough. We need to ask for more from Crow. He'll be spotted out by Zion. Oh dear, Ian. The bonus round is working perfectly here for MVP PK. 4 versus 2.
Wow.
Ro2 and Bass are locked out of the site. That's absolute perfection from MVP. Just overwhelming the A bomb side, and that's all they need to do. Unfortunately for SC Absolute, that not only puts them even in more of a hole economically speaking, it's a massive boost for MVP PK.
If they can recover that, well, they have. They've got the 2 M4s. Solo's ditched the MP5. Galil on Glow. Zeph will keep that Mac 10 because it's going to come in handy next round. And, well, like I said, Jordan, that 2-man setup on the A site is not good enough. Poem hanging around in jungle far too long. Can't help the team out at all. And you're asking quite a lot of Bass, also Crow, and I think it's Take on the A site. So far too much to ask. And well, there you go. That's devastating if you're SC Absolute. Takes them a while to buy. They do decide to eventually force buy. MVP though, they're going to send Zeph in somewhere. Look for a sign. And once he's given the all clear, they'll commit. But for the time being, just take it easy. See if you can bait a peek out from Poem. He's the guy that shows any aggression at jungle. No one else does anything at dig.
It's going to be absolutely ludicrous if MVP win this round. Well, poor Poem. Glow goes down as well. Everywhere you look, it's SC Absolute that are just getting dismantled across the map. Take, well, he gets 2.
Yep.
Spamming through that smoke, which gives a little bit of a semblance of hope if Bas potentially can push through here, get a quick kill on a Mini Zeta, which it looks like he'll do, but immediately the trade is there from Solo. Zion gave away his position as well, so Ro2 knows that there is 2 players in the pits. That is almost going to be enough.
That's terrible from Solo as well. I expect a lot better from him. But yeah, the double peak, Zion was very late to the piece, maybe didn't get the comms on double peak together. But nearly an absolute throw there. But nice work by Zion. He's a star. Has been a top performer for the MVP since coming in. And really on their day, anyone in MVP can carry the load. So that's why they're such a formidable force. And speaking of force, we've got another buyer coming out from SC Absolute.
Well, it's just a slippery slope, isn't it? While the MVP economy keeps going up, the SC Absolute economy kind of keeps going down.
The rich get richer and the poor get poorer, Jordan.
Yeah.
A bit of a reflection on life.
Very true, but a bit of a rebellion being staged now by SC Absolute if we're going to continue with that idea. MVP PK definitely have a bit more work to do in this round. Even if they do lose it though, it's not going to be the end of the world. Zion has a huge chunk of cash left to work with. But somehow you feel as though MVP are going to find a way to make this one close. No connection on the shot from the AWP. But the smokes do come out. MVP, lots of utility being thrown in there. Bas doing a great job of holding things off. He needed to be the one. There was that smoke into CT spawn. And Zion decides it's time to back off. For now, what Zion can do is try and do some economic damage. SC Absolute is still a little bit worse for wear when it comes to the cash. He'll get Bas. Perfectly timed peek. Any more that he can get here is going to be very nice indeed.
Well, there you go. Flip it on its head. Try and grab as much as you can off the floor. Pick up the scraps. And SC Absolute find their way into the first round for Inferno. Pretty convincing one as well. Really took control of the situation. And now MVP to bounce back. Mini Zeta with a P90. What is that? PogChamp.
Why not? Let's go. Put the camera on number 8, MC. Let's see what happens here for MVP PK. Well, Crow's completely flashed out. Mini Zeta, he's not going to get anything done by the looks of things. Crow, he gets 3. I'm so disappointed.
Oh, Crow.
Wanted to see the P90 find the frags.
Don't tell MC what to do, okay? He doesn't come over here and tell us how to do our job.
Well, all I'm saying is Mini Zeta with the P90 let me down.
The Mag 7, gee, it's been a while. Do you remember the Mag 7 era?
Yes, I loved it.
Pasha, JW.
Big fan.
Ugh, it was absolutely filthy.
Cobblestone, broken wall, drop room.
Broken wall was such an apt name for that part of the map. It was just broken. Like, it was just stupid.
That's
so glad Cobble is gone. And I'm glad that no one's using the Mag 7 as much as they were.
I like the Mag 7. It was always fun to watch.
I think I only ever used it on train.
Ooh. Goodbye, Mini Zeta.
Yep. Another buy for MVP, the last one for a while if they lose this. Oh, they'll probably force buy next round.
Well,
Reader back to his old tricks, feeling confident. Doing a bit of a splash ski down Banana.
none of these last few rounds have been close, have they?
Nope.
MVP have lost a little bit on the T side.
It's the MVP throw. They got a bit complacent, I think, Jordan.
They did. They got a little bit too eager, particularly that last round, rushing up the B, or to the B side through Banana. It just didn't seem as coordinated as you would normally expect to see for MVP. Not that utility usage into Banana to clear away the CTs.
They left a lot to chance, and that seems to be where SZ thrive. I guess any team would thrive under that environment, I guess.
The opportunity, and they'll take it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 5 rounds is a lot early on so far. 5 out of 7, right? You'll take that any day of the week.
5 out of 8 now.
So they'll be able to buy this round. Zeph is a bit broke, so it'll be interesting to see if he gets a drop from Mini Zeta. Should do. Mini Zeta is just going to be like, no, actually, I'm probably just going to get an AWP. You can buy a Mac 10. So, whatever.
Well, we know that MVP are no strangers to the Mac 10 particularly on Inferno.
No, yep, yeah, dead right. Oh, Crow's going for his aggressive push, and he gets absolutely punished. And there's no recovery from that for SC Absolute across the map. So now they're in a 5-on-4 man deficit. There was no plan there, I don't think, for SC. It was just Crow doing Crow things.
Zion looking to do some work out from the boiler here, and he'll get a decent amount done. Ro2 goes down, take. Trying to find the two-man spray down, but can't manage to connect, and that's the A bomb site. All opened up again for MVP. Pass might come quickly through this smoke, try and catch Minizetta off guard, but in fact, MVP have no interest in the A bomb site for now.
Well, they heard him, and Minizetta knows better. Oh, that sounds good. And he bails off to the B site with the rest of the MVP boys. Glow will wait for the push to come around. Bass may recover this AWP and opt to save. 46 seconds left on the clock. They do have a lot of money, actually. There's probably no point in that. If he can cause a bit of damage, get 2 kills, 3 kills, and lose the round, that will be ideal for SC Absolute. 1 down. Not enough HP to finish the job. Might pick up the AWP, head towards CD spawn, see if you can get a few more. Or, alternatively, not do that at all and just keep the AWP, which they could afford next round.
Yeah, Crow doesn't have a huge amount of money, neither does Paul.
You'd make it work. You'd make it work.
You would.
But if they could kill Minizetta and Solo, if they win the next round, well, you know, you'd be thinking money-wise, MVP are in the bin. I mean, who lets chickens just roam around in their house like that? I don't know anyone who does that.
Well, probably people that have evacuated because there's a terrorist force occupying the village.
I mean, would you evacuate? I wouldn't. I'd just tell them where to go.
Okay.
I'd at least take my chickens with me because, you know, kebabs don't make themselves.
You reckon you could make a kebab out of a chicken?
100%.
A live chicken?
Yeah.
I'd love to see you try.
What?
You want to know the first thing about turning chicken into chicken.
Oh my god. Jordan.
Do it.
You just gotta pluck the feathers, mate.
Prove me wrong.
You just gotta pluck the feathers. Whack them in a boil.
A boil? Whack them in a boil.
Yeah, boil them.
Yeah.
Get the feathers off.
Ooh, good shot.
I think it's called blanching.
Okay.
And then you're good.
Zeph this time, the one who is leading the charge out from boiler for MVP. Cut out as of yet uncontested by the T's. And this is where Crow will look to strike, but Zeph very well aware of that, and Zion gets the better of take. The A-bomb site looking decidedly weak for SC Absolute right now against MVP PK, and the retake is definitely not going to be too kind on them either. With an AWP and a Mag 7, it's down to Ro2 here to try and hold it off. Bast will get one, but immediately traded. Zeph swats out the lone player on the site after Zion goes down. 2v1 for Poem. Hopefully, he'll be able to find a gun that's not the Mag 7.
Hopefully.
Like, it'll just be the CZ. He knows that Glow is close, but Glow also knows that he is close.
Everyone knows everyone is close. Everyone knows. Well, here we are again. MVP in the lead, 7-3. 10 rounds have gone past, 7 have gone to MVP. You do your math. Not looking good so far for SC Absolute. We could be at a 14-6. Rita, he's had enough of the shenanigans. He's going to create his own. He's sick of being dictated. The pace set by MVP, well, no, not much longer. He wants to dictate it himself, but unfortunately, no one peeks. Now, Sign back in his position that PTC really kept him out of for quite some time. Two-man banana. The take is there.
Slow and steady this round from MVP. No quick aggression up banana, nothing out from Boiler, which has been a big success point for MVP. Surprised to see them not continue to exploit that, but they are trying something a little different, keeping SC Absolute on their toes. And Glow converts the frag onto Crow. Three players still on this B site, however, for MVP PK, and Rita will get the better of Minizeta with the AWP. Orbjils have been going the way of the CT side of late, so perhaps Minizeta might consider just going back onto the rifle, especially considering the money is a bit weak for MVP right now. 30 seconds to get themselves into that A bomb site. Take might be able to shut this one down, however. Glow does get spotted out, doesn't quite go down for his trouble. But that's going to buy some time here, and it's going to need to be a perfect entry. MVP might have left themselves not enough time to work with here. Raider falls off the line at the wrong time. Zion given a second opportunity, and Zeph straight into the bomb site. Take will only get one. Bomb has plenty of time to be planted. Perfect execution from MVP, and that's what they needed. Bas can't get anything done. And Poem, once again, finds himself in a very tough position with...
There's no haiku for this one, Jordan.
No.
I might find a haiku for us.
Sure, you do that.
Yep. What's the worst that can happen, right? Get fired? No comment?
No.
You're staying out of this?
I am.
Right.
This is your hole to dig yourself out of.
I'm going to consider this a sinking ship, and I'm bailing myself out. You can't dig yourself out of a hole.
What if you dig all the way around through the earth?
No, not possible.
You ever do that as a kid, trying to dig to China?
I tried, yeah, because I really wanted to go to China when I was a kid.
It was just a thing you do here in Australia.
After you finished driving your Matchbox cars around in your sandpit car park?
Didn't ever do that.
You didn't have a childhood, that's why. We've established that.
I've been a 23-year-old male my entire life. Look at this stack from SC Absolute. Don't see that every day. Taker's admiring the sky. Jump shot. Impressive.
I found there was some CSGO haikus in 2013 on Reddit.
How did they go?
It goes like this. P2000 CT, 89 damage in 6. I want USP.
Okay.
We've all been there.
Any other good ones?
Not really.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Poetry's hard, you know.
It's the absolute. It's just comical.
Here, shots to my left. I turn, get fragged from behind. Headphones on backwards.
That's EMAG, isn't it?
Yep, that is EMAG. Somehow he just deals with it. This is just MVP doing what MVP do. They're also asking, why don't you want to fight us, SC Absolute? Come fight us. You've got nothing to lose.
Well, SC Absolute don't have any guns, so
yeah.
they don't want to fight.
Take your CZ into the next round. See if we care.
Well, that was the easiest round of MVP's night.
Well, I don't know. Might not be. Just because they didn't have to kill anyone. They've gotten some pretty easy kills so far this game. 4-man towards middle. No banana control for SC Absolute. Mid control being established now for MVP. Crossfire in tow. Poem and Crow about to fight together.
1 for 1. Make that a 2 for 1. MVP.
Not good enough.
Very good. Pushing up into top mid.
Yep.
Have always been able to find those favourable trades. And Zeph, I have no idea how you make that kill work.
He just...
but he does.
What is it? He just Stewie 2K'd them.
Yeah.
Straight up. Zeph shouldn't win that.
No way. But he does.
If you peak at lightning speed and you catch him off guard, what can you do?
MVP making this T-side look easy right now. And that is scary for SC Absolute. Their run might be ending here. Only looking possible.
Well, it's been a long night. Boot will be upset. Boot might feel like they could have done better. But you know what? You didn't get through SC Absolute. There's no shortcuts to the top, Jordan.
Nope. A little bit of a hunt on for MVP here. Looks like they might find a frag or two. Solo gets the headshot onto Bass. So that's one more gun that needs to be repurchased and one less rifle that SC Absolute is going to be able to afford.
Well, this has gone from bad to worse for SZ. Rita's got the AWP. Let's see if he's going to go aggressive, if he's going to be passive, is he going to go carpet, is he going to go mid, what's going on? Are we backing up the boys? Are we going one by one? Oh,
good shot.
Yep, through the corner of the wall there. Lucky to do 100 damage. Sign on his own.
B-bomb site is completely open and MVP are going to find that out very shortly. All that needs to occur here is that Glow gets across.
Yep.
Zeph will lock down the CT angle. Bass can't get anything done, and despite the good start for SC Absolute, they find a couple of picks. They only lose one player. They completely leave the B side open, so an over-eager rotation from the B players from SC Absolute is going to give MVP pole position in this round once again.
Well, save what you can. You've got the AK off Solo, or Sign rather. There's still the AK down mid if Poem can retrieve it. And that'll do you okay. But it'll be the last round of the half. What do SC Absolute need to do? That's your question to me, Jordan.
Yes, it is. What do they need to do?
Well, I feel like Rita could do with getting the pick and carpet. Otherwise, try and establish some sort of banana control. Or, you know, take the fight to middle like you were before. Crow doesn't need to go obscene out boiler window or anything like that. He just needs to be there to support. We need a crossfire on carpet. If it's Crow, Tarkate, if they work together, one in boiler, one in the end of halls, take down Zion. He's doing it all by himself. You can have 3 at B if you want. But they're just not doing anything at B. And the retake on mid-wall by Poem and Crow, it's not good enough. It's a 1-for-1 trade. You would want at least the entire crew there. All right, here we go.
Oh, Zeph's in trouble.
Good nades, good nades. Could do with one more grenade straight onto that tree.
There are a few grenades, but the shots are going to do enough. Bass just spraying through, gets a couple. Good
Fall
work.
back, fall back. It's 4-on-3. There's no need to be there that fast. All you're doing is giving yourself a potential kill. Crow will get Stewie 2K's little brother Sign.
Oh.
Ah, jeez. This could be, oh, you're lucky.
Needed to hit that shot if your minis head up.
Yep. And here we go. So there you are.
Here we glow.
Here we go. 11-4. I mean, try as you might, Glow.
Not much chance. Bomb is well and truly in control of SC Absolute.
Yep.
Glow with only 17 HP. Does get the headshot onto Crow, but he's got no idea where Bass is. And it will be 11-4 at the end of the half. Still, very, very good indeed for MVP PK, SC Absolute.
The scene is set anyway for MVP to win this one 2-0. It'll be up to SC Absolute now to really take it to MVP. They're going to have to pretty much get everything right. They're going to have to win the pistol. They're going to have to win the anti-ecos. They're going to not be afforded a single mistake. This is the exact same situation Boot were in. And Boot capitalized. It took them some time, but that was Boot. We're dealing with a whole different beast here.
Indeed, MVP certainly are a different beast. MVP is a team that could win this qualifier. Even despite going up against Flash Gaming with that disadvantage in the final, it's a match I think that MVP can win. If they really set their mind to it, I think of the teams that are still in this competition, they are
that game is going to be
best.
Straight fire. It
is going to be a crazy, crazy game. That's coming up after this, probably fairly shortly by the looks of things, if MVP have anything to say about it. But SC Absolute have dropped 2 players very quickly indeed.
Oh, the fadeaway.
Always the best, aren't they?
Yeah.
Sign. Oh, couldn't quite get the finish there onto Crow. It was a winnable round if that kill went the way of Zion, but now in the 1v3, Glow is going to have a bit of deja vu, same as what he had at the end of the first half. This time he's not even going to last as long.
All right, well. A force buy win here from MVP would be catastrophic for SZ. We do have a couple of MP5s, 3 to be precise. I feel like they're the most exciting part of these rounds lately. And I feel like they're also maybe just what you need to take down the CZ. Remember, they did incorporate, you know, the SMGs to be a bit stronger on purpose to deal with pistols on the force buys. But then you ended up with this situation where the SMGs were a little bit overpowered.
Not going to be anything impressive happening here for MVP PK. Steph going down quite quickly indeed. Solo is still on his own in Banana. A bit of damage done there by Minizetta. So now 2 very low HP players for SC Absolute. Maybe there's still a chance for MVP. Glow will need to come up big, and you almost want to see him spray through that smoke. This is so doable for MVP. Zion and Glow combined for 3. And Solo could just about shut this one down. Zion, in fact, could be the one to do it, and he will get Poem. Has that MP5 in his hands, and Crow has got absolutely no idea that Solo is coming around behind him. Solo finishes the job, executing Crow from behind.
Rest in peace, boys.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. That is upsetting. MVP with a great crossfire on middle. Trading out 1 for 1 all the way down to the 2-on-2. Zion recovers an MP5, repositions, relocates like a good sniper boy. And, well, the rest is history now. You all know exactly what happened. You don't need me to tell you. But SC Absolute, they definitely don't need me to tell them. It'll be a while before they forget the pain from that round. Minizetta putting the MP5's high rate of fire to good use.
Huh.
Zion, yeah, we've seen him use this spot a lot.
He's not a fan of the door-to-door salesman. This is my door. Ever seen that video, Ian?
No. This is my rifle. Ever seen that video?
No.
This is my rifle.
Yeah?
This is my gun. This is for fighting. This is for fun.
Not seen that one before.
No. You haven't seen any good movies then?
Sure. This is looking a little too easy for MVP. Even despite the force fire from SC Absolute, they are getting rinsed.
Rinsed. Yep. Minizetta recovers that defuse kit and smoke grenade. Any money saved is money saved. Know what I'm saying?
Oh, really? Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Well, 13 rounds to 5. What do you guys think at home? You think it's time to turn off the TV?
It's not.
Well,
Grand final coming up after this.
Well, you're afforded a tea break then. How about that?
Toilet break. Now's the time. If you've got to go and get dinner.
Go have a toilet break and have dinner. Huh?
Go sort everything out. You probably got 30 minutes from now.
Multitask.
If MVP close this map out here at 16-5.
Do it all at once.
But what you really want to be seeing, what you really want to be sitting yourselves down for is MVP versus Flash. That's a big one.
Absolutely.
This feels as though it is more of a formality than anything else for MVP at the moment.
Well. Japan versus South Korea.
On the way of South Korea here, at least in CSGO. 14-5. Another buy to come for SC Absolute, but this might well be their last.
Yep.
The last proper buy.
It's interesting, you know. These Asian teams, they really could have players from anywhere. Once they get past that language barrier, just learn some English.
I'm not so sure how many of the MVP players actually do speak English.
Yeah, well, from experience, I think it's only 3. And that's very, like, the bare minimum, you know?
Yeah.
But MVP are a solid outfit. I wouldn't mess with that. They seem to know what they're doing. You know, they've all done their military service. They're not going anywhere anytime soon, you know?
One would assume not. SC Absolute, again, not getting anything done. An MVP, this is that classic disrespect push down second middle. Look at the position right now that Glow has got around the back. SC Absolute, they've cottoned on to the shenanigans that MVP will be throwing at them. But time and time again, you just see those small advantages eating away at SC Absolute. Now, Crow and Take, with only 38 HP between them, will try and make their way into the A bomb site. But the chances of this working out are very slim indeed. Solo just watching the angle. He's going to find that first frag and suspects the second player as well. Backs off, plays the numbers game.
Well, he accidentally hit the reload key and thought, well, what if he's running at me? Which is always a concern. Now he's going to retake. Retake. And there we go.
15-5.
Yeah, came around in the end. And again, not enough money for SC Absolute to really invest in this last round, which is the real concern.
That is indeed.
It is indeed.
Maybe not the last round, Ian, but one would assume that it is very likely going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, hasn't been an easy game at all for SC Absolute. Pretty much nothing has gone their way, bar a few rounds.
All right, let's see what SC Absolute can do for us. Can they make this one a little bit closer, salvage a little bit of pride here against MVP, or are they going to be rolling over here on Inferno? Certainly seems as though it could be the latter. Zeph opening up onto Crow. Incendiary down from Zion. Just buys MVP a little bit of time for that rotation. They're playing a bit of a push down banana. Solo with an off angle here. Does catch Take. Lines up a couple more, but doesn't get the kills. Glow will chime in with one as well, and it is just Ro2 left alive on the A site, but without the bomb right now for SC Absolute. And MVP lurking like a pack of wolves as they all three rotate across. Will take the peek, but Minizetta shuts it out, and MVP PK, the 2-0 over SC Absolute. The expected result in this matchup, and that does set us up for the Dream Grand Final, doesn't it? The match that we missed out on yesterday in the upper bracket final is going to be taking place up next.
We say Dream, but this one really could go for a very long time. So this one could go all 4 maps, which I'm not sure if that would be the dream, but as long as I get to see some good Counter-Strike, something that can rival MVP on a good day.
In theory, if you're going to see some good Counter-Strike, it should be coming out in the Grand Final. We'll bring up the bracket here and show you how he got to this point. Flash Gaming and MVP PK is where we're at, and that is a best of 5 with a 1-map advantage for Flash Gaming. They did get the forfeit victory over MVP PK last night. That's why the 2 is up there, but only the dash for MVP.
Yeah.
So you can't really draw too much stock from that result.
Absolutely none.
And you look at the rest of the results here for Flash Gaming, they haven't really been challenged, where MVP, they've had to play a few more difficult games.
If you're Flash Gaming, you're in the grand final with a map advantage and you've played 2 maps.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
Or 4 maps.
4 maps. They played against...
No, did they play 5 power? I thought they forfeited, but they forfeited the lower bracket. That's right. Yeah.
5 power forfeited against SC Absolute.
So, I mean,
so they have played 4
maps.
But they played against 5 power and they played against Myth.
Yep.
Not 2 teams that are necessarily toward the top of the
Not right now,
Asian
anyway.
scale.
5 power, they've been there, but it's been a while since they've been there.
SC Absolute have had to play, MVP have had to play against SC Absolute, TNC. So, a couple more games being played here by MVP PK, and they've had a bit longer of a
2
run.
more. Yep.
But I don't think you can draw too many conclusions based on that. It's
Doesn't
really
matter.
going to have to go. We're going to have to go and have a look at how MVP and Flash match up in the
Someone
past.
had to go through that loser bracket, right? It was like it feels like now that we're here, it was always going to be MVP and Flash Gaming.
It always does feel like that, especially if Tyloo forfeits their first match of the competition. But anyway, guys, we're going to have to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere though, because the grand final coming up. The qualification spot for Chicago rests in this one match between Flash Gaming and MVP PK. We'll be back soon.
All